Kody's nephew's at it again. This time he is talking about Mormonism and how it teaches you to violate people's physical boundaries. And also how to violate people's body autonomy. Well, I can't remember. Anyway, I'm going to put the video here so you guys can see exactly what he said.
One of them was when everyone is like chasing a little Gwen around trying to pull her teeth, even though she's obviously said no. And this is just a real clear example of the total lack of bodily autonomy that exists in Mormon culture. Basically, Mormonism teaches you, grooms you from a very young age to override people's physical boundaries all the time. It's actually a key part of the Mormon temple experience is to be physically touching people without their knowledge or consent in a way to override their bodily autonomy. I see that a lot in that episode with the Gwen thing, with Kody demanding kisses and hugs from people, even though they don't really want to.
But he said what rubbed him the wrong way in the second, I think it was the first episode, second episode. Okay. Yeah, he said that what I did not like is that these people are literally running after Gwendolyn, trying to pull her teeth out after she had said no multiple times. And he said that, I feel like Mormonism actually teaches people how to violate your body boundaries physically. He said there's some ritual in Mormonism where you are being touched against your will or whatever. He didn't say like as a sexual assault or whatever, but he said you're being kind of touched. People are touching you without your consent and all that stuff. And it's kind of like some ritual or something he was saying. And he said that it's just something that they teach you to do. And he says he feels like it's just this like cult-like behavior with Mormonism. I don't actually know
you guys know this, you guys who are Mormons on here, because we actually do have some people who are Mormons on our who are subscribers.
I don't know if he's one of those people
who let us know what this ritual is, because I don't know if he's part of the faith. So I don't.
Well, he's not a part of the faith.
Yeah, so I don't want to go off of what he's saying, because it sounds really odd. So if you can explain, right, what exactly this ritual is that he's talking about, where I don't know, I am assuming you're standing in a circle and people are touching you and you can't say anything. And where are they touching you exactly? And what is the purpose of that? If you can just explain it to us,
so that
we can talk about that later.
Yeah, we're not exactly sure. Because obviously, we don't know. We're not Mormons. Yeah. But I'm going off of what he said.
But what did he say? He said that they're pushing them to learn how to be silent, maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
And that's probably what brings on that physical abuse. Because remember, we did a show about that Jeffrey Warren guy.
Yeah, Jeffrey Warren guy.
Who was convicted about some sexual assault.
Right.
He's in jail right now he's going to be there for decades. But I can see that.
Yeah. But also it kind of brings back to me that whole thing with Kody where he threw Gwendolyn up in the air really high and she was very scared.
She was scared and he continued to do that.
Yeah. So that was also something. But I don't know if it's necessarily Mormonism that teaches that. I don't know what this man's religious history is. To me, he keeps on calling it a cult, so I'm assuming that he has a really bad experience with it. He calls it a cult. Now obviously we know that's my
dad used to do that to my brother, actually. I remember when I was young seeing him throwing him up there, but my brother was dying in peals of laughter. He was enjoying it very much.
I probably would have enjoyed it when I was younger, but now I'm scared of heights.
Yeah, because you actually love that. You were one of those children. You'll stand on the highest table, and you will just yell, "Catch me!" And you always expected someone to be there to catch you, and so I always had to make sure that watching you. If there was any high level place, I had to keep my eye on you. Because you will get up there and just be like, "Catch me." You just had that trust.
Loose.
I think you were a very happy child. I was very happy when I was
on the highest table and said, "Catch
always,
me."
Always.
What is that.
Always. And you just expect it. You have that optimism. You have that trust. And I was a very happy person when I was pregnant with you. I knew you were going to be a very bubbly child. And then with your brother, I was more like this. The marriage wasn't going very well at that point.
Very cautious.
But he is very, like it really, what's going on when these kids are in your womb, you see it when that child comes out.
You have to be in the best place of your life when having a child. Like,
he
is so critical. Like, even from the moment you get pregnant, like, you gotta watch what you eat. You gotta watch what you watch. You gotta watch what you see. You gotta watch, like, what you eat, who you communicate with, what you say.
It's so important because
that's why
our brother came out and he's very cautious.
You will tell
him to jump. I'm gonna catch you. I'm right here.
You will slide off the bed.
He will look at you. And he will walk down that bed himself. And if you put him back up on the bed, he will wonder while you're doing that, and he will sit down and he will watch you. Like, he was not very trusting, and he is still very reserved, So, yeah. But my dad used to throw my brother up, and I used to see uncles also throw their children up. I don't know if it's just
man thing,
a generation thing. I'm thinking, and probably Kody got him from his own father, and he didn't realize. Maybe he thought, I'll do it until she enjoys it. But I don't remember the men throwing girls up. I mean, your dad used to throw you up, but you used to enjoy that. You loved jumping and climbing up, and I mean, I remember us taking you to like a fair. And even your dad was scared. I was like, no, you have to go with her. She can't go by herself. But he was like, oh, okay, she could go by herself. And she can't go by herself. You gotta be up there with her. She's the shortest person here. And he came back, and you were like, yes, more. And he was trying not to throw up. So, like, yeah. But there are some kids who just don't like that. And I don't feel, when Gwen was talking about it, I really didn't feel as though if there was anything nefarious that Kody was doing. I just thought maybe he didn't realize how the impact that had on her. And my thing, if she keeps on saying, no, I don't want to, don't keep on doing it. Maybe he felt, I'm going to take her out of this fear. But then with Kody, who knows what he was thinking. You know what I'm saying? Kody, you just need a lot of therapy. And you need to humble yourself so you can be able to apologize to these children. It would have been so nice if they had invited Kody, I'm thinking. But now I think what it is, they're trying to come together
without
first.
The drama.
They just don't want that. There's been too many dramas. Exactly.
And Kody's going to make it about himself.
You're right.
And people are going to be getting triggered. You already know Peyton went on the whole thing with that John fellow. And all that stuff. So there's a lot of people who aren't on.
They're not ready.
They're not ready for all that.
That's true.
Let's just get it together. There's no drama with the kids.
Yeah,
drama to the adults.
You're right. You're right about
that.
But
we don't really know about this whole body thing.
You guys,
we're not here.
Someone tell us about that, because I want to make sure he's not a part of the Mormon faith. So I'd rather
y'all educate us, but we're not gonna spread something that we don't know about, because we ain't Mormons at all.
We're Muslims, and the last thing we need is someone who's not Muslim to be explaining some of our practices
that they don't understand,
make it into something that it's not, right? So I'm not going to do that to another faith. But just let us know. We know we have some Mormons here. Let us know what it is, and then we can explain it.
We will put the video
to
up.
Our audience, right? And then put a little thing of whatever the person said.
Yeah, y'all. But we'll see you guys on the next video.
Bye.